So, ladies and gentlemen, this is what I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to give you a point. I think Comic-Con is over. I believe so. Like I said, Comic-Con was different this year. There wasn't a lot of buzz with it this year because of the entertainment industry not really caring about it, which is just the dumbest shit ever. You see, if they can't get nothing, no publicity or no, if they push their narratives and their propaganda and all this other stuff in entertainment, then they just don't care about it. It is what it is. So, honestly, this is the video, and I want to address this. Should James Gunn and DC Studios, should James Gunn and DC Studios went to Comic-Con? I think they should have. I think they really should have because right now, their films are flopping. DC, Warner Brothers in general, does not have a good look. Ain't nobody in the entertainment industry do not want to work for these motherfuckers. No one wants to care for these motherfuckers. James Gunn is already getting slack saying Superman Legacy looks like a Batman v Superman on fucking steroids. We're already getting fucking issues where a lot of the people in the entertainment industry are saying, yo, this film may not get made. Warner Brothers may sell off DC, which is a realistic fact. Sell it off. They'll kill some of that debt off. And people are like, no, they'll be all right. No, I promise you right now, something's going to happen. Universal it's between Universal, Amazon, maybe Apple are going to buy out DC. I'm looking at Universal. Definitely Universal. Universal with DC might be better. And I believe Universal did do something with DC, a property long ago. I'm not too sure. I have to really look this up. But I see Universal. Amazon could come in too because they got the money. Especially you got the Boys and Superman. You know that's a crossover ready to happen. I wouldn't mind that. And then there's Apple. Rumors saying that Apple might buy out Disney. Look, if they see DC, Warner Brothers selling DC for a cheaper price, they'll go for DC because Apple has the money, but Apple ain't trying to pay out all this money for all those properties. But they will pay out for a DC property because Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, and Aquaman, they are financially a brand. You can use them to make the money. And Apple sees that. Apple's not stupid. And they can get back their money they lost. Where for getting Disney and Marvel, they're looking at what Disney did with Fox and they got fucked over. So Apple's not going to do that type of deal unless they see some type of gain back. DC, it's damaged brands, but you can rehabilitate them compared to getting Marvel, Star Wars, and all that other stuff. That's a lot of money. That's an almost close to, about what, 50-something billion, maybe more than that. Where Warner Brothers selling off DC, that's about $10 to $5 billion. So do the math. Yeah, do the math. So. And I might be off on my numbers, but you kind of see where I'm coming with that. But back to this, James Gunn should have went to Comic-Con, kind of put his forward, actually do a fucking presentation than the one we fucking got earlier. This shit was pathetic, and just come out and say, look, this is what we're doing. This is my plan. This is what I'm trying to do. Things have redone. Hey guys, go support Blue Beetle. It's coming out because after the box office with Barbie and fucking Oppenheimer had, so I don't want to hear no fucking bullshit where nobody's going to the movies. Barbie just made $330 million. That's Warner Brothers' biggest opening in years. They haven't seen numbers like that since fucking Avengers Endgame 2 years ago. So it's like there's a pattern. They're saving their money. Barbie, whatever, and that's good for Margot Robbie though. Good for her, because God knows she needed it. I love Margot Robbie though. But anyway, James Gunn though, I think he should have really put his foot forward and told David Zaslav, "No, I'm going. I'll support it," and this that. They're not gonna boo him out of Hall H because ain't nobody in Hall H. And it would have been cool because that's what's going to happen. Everybody would have ran to Hall H. Like, oh my God, James Gunn is here. And it would have been cool. good publicity for them, and it looks good. He said, well, I'm not here with the actors, but I do want to give you guys concept arts and do this and do that. And this is kind of my last minute because Comic-Con's been good to me and everything like that, and my history and stuff like that. That's a caring CEO fan. This motherfucker's not a fan, and I keep saying that. He's a fan of Marvel, and that's okay. But don't come out and say, I've been a fan of these characters since I was a kid and everything like that, and the authority. If you're a fan of DC, I understand there's some Wildstorm fan base out there. Who in the blue motherfucking fuck will put Wildstorm fucking characters in a Superman story before you introduce Superman in this new world you're trying to do? My point exactly. You know. And then when people say, well, he would have against the writer's strike. It would have been bad if he would have went down there. No, he just promoted it. He said, I'm on here on my free will. I just want to give something back to the fans. Nobody would have shamed him for that. I would have shamed the person who was shaming him. But you get what I'm trying to say. They needed to do this. Marvel don't need to do this because Marvel's fine. Disney doesn't need to do this. They got their own DC expose. But Warner Brothers definitely. DC should have done this. I blame more on Warner Brothers because David Zaslav is a cheapskate and he's a stupid idiot and he's not going to win this thing. And I tell you right now, David Zaslav, rather sooner than later, is going to be removed of his position. And it's just not going to work because he's all about the money. But see, here's the thing. That works if you're bringing in profit. Motherfucker, you're all about the money, but you ain't bringing in shit. You're losing money. If it wasn't for Barbie, and the marketing for Barbie was pretty good, they would have got no money. If Barbie would have bombed, David Zaslav would be looking for a new fucking job. I promise you, and I guarantee you. David Zaslav, to me, is a businessman. Smart businessman. But when it comes to the entertainment Hollywood landscape, he's a fucking idiot, and he's a fucking goon, and doesn't know what he's fucking doing. That's the common sense. James Gunn is a great director, great writer. He's good at his craft. But he's a fucking goon and a fucking idiot to run a company. Would I have him run a company? Absolutely not. The motherfucker would be part of the writer's room, and that's as far as he motherfucking will go. Peter Safran is a producer, and producers do what they do best. Just smiles, wave, cut those checks. That's his job. It is what it is. But I believe James Gunn should have went to Comic-Con, really kind of pushed DC Studios, because you had it to yourself. Everyone said it. Weeks people said it. Just go and support it. Yes, even with this writer strike and fucking actor strike and all this, you go out there. He's neither one of those two. Well, he's a writer, but he's neither. They didn't say nothing but he's a director first than a writer. He'll probably tell you that anyway. He should have went out there and said, this is what we're doing, this is that, and everything like that. Show them, hell, he could have showed them auditions of the new Superman casting and just do something to get a positive light to DC. Because right now, DC has nothing. DC has nothing. And James Gunn, give James Gunn some time to do this, time and that. But no, you had 2 films and you bombed. And you did nothing to salvage this film because you wanted this universe to die. It just doesn't make sense. What's going to happen, and let me tell you this, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to wrap this video up because this is going a little bit longer than expected. What's going to happen is James Gunn, Superman Legacy is either going to be a hit or it's going to be a bomb. Let's give you the scenario of the hit. If it's a hit, everybody going to praise him as the greatest DC creative director out there. Oh, he was great. You naysayers need to bow down, worship his ass, and kiss his ass. I'll be like, all right, I'll do my video, say, yeah, the film was good, but it still got some problems because I keep it real. The other one, the bottom, if it fails, let me tell you something right now. You will see me rant and rave, but not only that, I will put out facts and facts and facts to let people know this was a terrible idea. We're going to look back into the state where he should have went to Comic-Con. We're going to look back into the state where he should not announce fucking 6 or 7 goddamn heroes in a Superman film, telling fans, oh, well, I want to show the story of Superman as a hero too, and Clark Kent. Motherfucker, have you not listened to the fan base? Listen to the fans. They kept telling you We want a Superman film focusing on Superman. We want a film that people want to kind of correct the wrongs of Batman v Superman. We want a film focusing on Brainiac. Brainiac can't be in this motherfucker. There's no way he is. And if James Gunn tries to put him in here, I will go off. Because there's no way you give this screen time to these damn superheroes and Brainiac. It just doesn't work. It won't work. Then Metallo too, which anyway, I don't think here's the thing about him being in this position. Kevin Feige is known for two things: overseeing everything. James Gunn is too busy directing and writing to oversee anything. He should stick in his role and say, yeah, these are my casting, and this is my director, and this is my writer. And we're done. He didn't need to direct this, nor did he need to write this. He should have left this shit alone. He should be an overseer. But again, James Gunn wants to be the forefront and be the first one to do this. Now, if somebody said, well, James Gunn said he's going to direct Justice League. Yeah, I'm fine with that. Because as a matter of fact, there was a thing said, oh, I heard you directed Justice League. He said no. And I'm looking at you. I'm reading this article like, you should say, motherfucker, not now, but maybe in the near future. Motherfucker, you better direct some Justice League. That is your goal. You should be directing Justice League. You should be the first one to staple this new universe with a new Justice League. Then a new director could come behind you and you work overseas it with him. Your name should be in a writing co-writer with him. And you say, yeah, I worked with him and we got the same vision and everything. That's what you guys should be fucking doing. But, I mean, what do I know? I'm a Joe Smo from damn North Kakalaki. I don't know. But I can tell you one thing, though. If this bombs, it's going to bomb hard. And people will say, well, the first Superman film won't make $1 million. Won't make, not $1 million, but won't make over $600 million. By the cast, this motherfucker better make over $800 million. If it does not, this is a failure of so many levels. I was watching another video, too. And I was thinking about it too. I watched it, and they say, remember when Marvel was just coming out, they had a cap off of, I think their budget was over $600 million, and each of that budget they put into films, and each film had a lower budget, and see if they get their money back. Some were more better hits than others. They might have to do this with James Gunn, with his DC universe, which sucks, but I do not see them duking out $200 million no more. If this film, let me say this again. If this film is $200 million, that is the biggest mistake that DC Warner Brothers has ever done. This film should not be $200 million. This film should be $150 to $100 million. Bottom line. Reason being is because a Superman film should have cost that much. Man of Steel costs way too much too, and I like Man of Steel, but there's no reason for that film to cost that much either. But Warner Brothers with knowing Warner Brothers, they wanted to give them that money, and that's what it is. And people are like, well, Man of Steel didn't do well because of this, where Marvel's doing better. I'm like, The Rock used an analogy where it's like, yo, in the first superhero film in the franchise, it's not going to make that much money. I'm like, didn't they use that same line for Man of Steel and people said that was a failure? No, Man of Steel didn't make that much money because it was a first entry into a Superman film. And none of the Superman films at that time made more money than Man of Steel. Just give it time, let it grow, and the next film it will do better. It did better, but we all know how that travesty is and everything. So, but yes, I went a little off. Forgive me. But as always, guys, like, subscribe. Peace. Have a Johnson day. Yes, James Gunn. I think, yes, James Gunn and DC. Excuse me. James Gunn, DC Studios, / Warner Bros. Whatever, should have went to Comic-Con. I think they could have really tied the storm a little bit. They couldn't get away from the storm, but they could tie the storm away because right now, James Gunn and DC and their ship, they're going through a fucking typhoon, and I don't think they don't know what's in there. I really don't think they do. I believe Warner Brothers is ignore it, to let things get better, and it's just not going to. And then it doesn't help too. James Gunn respond to everybody on fucking Twitter with every fucking article. If this motherfucker say you directed something, just say yes, I'm directing everything. and just run with that. Let people run with it. Just play with these trolls. And that's the thing about James Gunn. He is not good on Twitter. I would be trolling the fuck out of people. They're like, Johnson, I heard you directed Batman. I said, I'm back. I directed Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, all of them together. Trinity 5. And I would just say something like that. But I will play upon that. And they were like, and you play upon that, those articles, you dismiss those articles. But he doesn't know how to do that. He's just weird. He's just a man fucking child. And God bless him, but I wouldn't want his role. Unless he knows how to play that role, he doesn't. A lot of these Hollywood studios actors don't do that. Some do, and those are the ones I respect and I follow. But the other ones that don't, I mean, come on now. And let them run those stories so they can look like a fool. You think an article say he gonna direct every Superman, and then the article, but as always, guys, like, subscribe. Peace, have a just day. I'm tired, and I'm gonna see you guys in the next video.